kid?
Oh, well, I mean, for Halloween, I was obsessed with how the Capitol people were in costumes, and I made my own costume. What?
Oh, Bud.
I know.
This is unbelievable. This is really cool.
Yeah, I think
now you're in Hunger Games.
I know, as a Capitol
As a Capitol person.
It's crazy. It's really, yeah, crazy.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Bud. Come on, is that?
Not too far.
Not bad.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the recording. Hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. I know I am, given the absolute BTFO that's happening to that Deadspin loser. But Jimmy Fallon, I just mentioned him yesterday. He is one of the few late night show hosts who tries to remain apolitical and just be an entertainer, which is why most people will actually watch his show. But it turns out people have been preconditioned now to want politics and everything by Stephen Colbert and Jimmy Kimmel. They don't want to just turn on the news. They want to watch their politics as read to them by someone they think is smart or they think is a comedian. Well, last night, Jimmy Fallon had on a star of the Hunger Games movie, the new Hunger Games movie. Apparently, this individual is a biological man who presents as Dylan Mulvaney, a trans individual, okay? And he's being canceled. The reason he's being canceled is absolutely hilarious, and we're going to get into that after a super quick word from this video's sponsor. Huge shout out to this video sponsor, Private Internet Access. Look, in current year, everyone basically has to have a VPN. It's a extremely versatile and now basically required tool of browsing the modern internet. And that's why I'm happy to be partnered with Private Internet Access and have been for over a year now. It's a VPN I use, it's a VPN I recommend to my friends and family, and I have a massive discount for my viewers. In short, a VPN allows you to change the location that you may be seen as browsing the internet from. This helps you unlock television shows and movies that might not be available in your area. It allows you to browse the internet anonymously. Heck, even right now, we just saw several countries, for example, Google and Meta are now blocking news in Canada. And, well, how are you going to get your news? Well, you could change your location. VPN helps protect your privacy, secure your data, and bypass network blocks. It comes in extremely important all the time. That's why I have it on my computers, laptops, and mobile phones. Private Internet Access is an open source app with no usage logs, unlimited bandwidth, high-speed global server network, dedicated apps, powerful encryption, and 24/7 live support. Unlock the power of the internet and stay censorship-free by using my link in the description below and get yourself. If you don't have a VPN, make sure you pick this up. It's 83% off right now. By the way, far left activists now canceling Jimmy Fallon for calling a trans individual Bud. Like, hey, buddy. Hey, bud. Yes, that's correct. Once again, the most fragile people on the planet are having a complete meltdown over Jimmy Fallon calling this individual who believes they are a woman, but they are a biological man, Bud. He didn't dead name them. He didn't misgender them. This is why you just can't even with these people. It starts with respect my pronouns. Then it's just, oh, don't call me Bud. By the way, Bud is, I call women Bud all the time. What do you mean? I don't even understand. Bud is not gendered. Late night TV shows, Jimmy Fallon came under fire for calling a trans actor Hunter Schafer Bud during an interview on his show. Schafer is a trans actor who plays the female role Tigress Snow in the latest Hunger Games installment, was on the show to talk about the film. Fallon was reacting to a photo in which Schafer had been dressed as a resident of the Capitol in the Hunger Games as a teenager. Now Schafer is living the dream by getting to play a resident of the Capitol in a new film. For Halloween, Schafer said, I was obsessed with how the Capitol people were in costume, and I made my own costume. Fallon held up the promo picture of Schafer as Tigress Snow, saying, this is really cool. Now you're in Hunger Games. Congrats, bud. That's it. That's it. This is why I'm saying, like, the cultural rot, okay? First it's pronouns, then it's dead naming, then it's, oh, you have a 5 o'clock shadow and you don't do anything to change your appearance to look at all, and I'm supposed to what, have my life ruined if I accidentally call you a male pronoun? A user who identified as trans, again, the most fragile people on earth, said it was gross of Fallon to call Schaefer Bud. Bud is gender neutral, in quotes. A slight minority of people might say it is gender neutral in a gender neutral way, but you obviously know it's used exclusively for men most of the time. No, it isn't. Says who? Even if Hunter isn't bothered, it's still gross and telling of how Fallon views trans women. Let's see the replies. Get a life, lefties. Cool story, bud. I think there are about 2 million other things going on in this world, much worse than someone using the term bud. Hunter wasn't fazed, nor have they made a comment about it. No need to make something a bigger deal than it is. This is a perfect case of why we don't care how this person affected feels. We just want to be upset. It's used exclusively for men most of the time. Who actually cares when the individual involved wasn't offended? I mean, I love it. I love it. That, you know, people, Twitter is a little different now. In a different day, there might be, you know, hundreds of people with, you know, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 likes on this stuff. I don't know where they went, but I'm not missing them. Another trans-identified user on the platform said, as if I didn't have reason enough to hate Fallon. He takes the opportunity to show that he doesn't see Hunter as the beautiful, immaculate queen sitting before him. To my cis readers, I hope you don't see this as an overreaction. Bud/Buddy is unquestionably male-coded. Again, no, it isn't. I don't even, this is just fabricated. Like, these people just make stuff up. Oh, Bud is male gender. The okay hand symbol now means, you know, white supremacy. And you can see they don't let anybody reply. You see, he called Taylor Swift and Selena Gomez Bud as well. Maybe he just hates women. Okay, so he used it in other cases for people who are biologically female, but I don't care about your evidence. I reject your reality and insert my own where I'm offended and I'm fragile. Okay, Bud, what's it like to be so boring? Dude, he literally calls everybody buddy. Not everything is about other people's gender identity. I know for a fact he does this because once he said it to a beautiful model and I turned to my mom and I was like, that was weird. Then I noticed it then on and he says it to everybody. But then they respond, listen, I'm happy to have a discussion about this, but I'm not too fond of the tone you're using. The fact of the matter is, yes, while Fallon might say this to everyone, maybe you should reconsider his rhetoric. Bud might be seen as a friendly gesture out of his character. The person who he said it wasn't offended. Jimmy Fallon did not mean to offend anybody, but a non-involved third party on the internet says that Jimmy Fallon should change the words he uses because they were offended. My wife and I address our daughter as buddy all the time as a term of endearment. So yeah, I see this as an overreaction. I don't know why some people try to find hate in everything. There's already plenty to go around. Well, I do. Hurt people, right? These are people who are deeply damaged, I would suspect. And so they seek to damage others. I mean, just look at the last couple of individuals that did the things at schools, right? Not all, just hurt people, damaged people, do bad things. Fallon has also addressed women with terms that could be more accurately used to describe men. He called Ariana Grande pal and referred to Jennifer Lawrence as dude and man. Schaefer transitioned after experiencing gender dysphoria as a young teenager. Yeah, that's called puberty and it's weird. Since becoming an actor, Schaefer has been outspoken about the need for representation so that more trans characters are seen in entertainment. I disagree with that. Schaefer said it was magic to see a trans person on screen. You mean yourself? It's magic when you haven't seen someone like you on screen your whole life. And then all of a sudden, there it is. Well, I also question, how long this fad is going to last. I mean, I believe that gender dysphoria is real, okay? But this whole being trans as a career move, I also believe that that's real. Just ask Dylan Mulvaney, who literally made the Forbes 30 under 30 list. And quite frankly, why shouldn't Dylan? Absolute genius. Absolute marketing genius. Gets a little facial smoothening surgery, laser off your already wispy facial hair, call yourself a woman, and be worth $50 million. If that's not a pro move, I don't know what is. That is a 30 under 30 qualifier. But, Jimmy Fallon, again, this is not the first time you see people talking about, Jimmy Fallon tried to stay out of politics, but Trump sucked him in. As late night hosts get political, audiences get divided, then would it be bad if NBC forced Jimmy Fallon to become more political as a means of reversing his sliding ratings? What? I mean, look, it's a good thing Jimmy Fallon wasn't in Ireland or he'd be in jail right now. He literally only says, bud. This is just more proof that we live in probably the best time ever. People have less problems now than they've ever had. And so they have to do this insane level of mental gymnastics to create problems where none exist. But we'll have to see if Fallon has to issue a groveling apology today. I suspect he might. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it, and we'll talk to you again real soon.